Magical here. One second, let me get everything set up. All right, we are live on all channels. Good evening, David Staub from Magical here. With my wife and myself founded Magical with a divine mission to heal the world via plant medicines and psychedelics. Just going to chat with you all a little bit tonight. The topic, let me turn on the comments. I got some new software that streams it a little bit of everywhere. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? I'm talking about two really important aspects of healing. So healing, it happens in layers, right? So you can't really simplify healing, but if I had to simplify healing in my experience, there'd be two main areas. There is healing suppressed trauma and reprogramming the subconscious mind. Those are the two big areas of true healing. Being able to go back and heal the trauma that you've been through, and then taking the responsibility to deprogram and reprogram the subconscious mind. Because a lot of us are running programs that are older programs that aren't for our highest good, programs that have been run on us for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to keep us in fear, keep us in control. Hey, how's it going? So we need to not only go back to heal the suppressed trauma, but we also have to reprogram that subconscious mind, right? Because if you just deprogram and reprogram your subconscious mind, it's great, but you might still have some trauma and that energy you're holding on to. Because remember, when you go through a traumatic experience as a child or as a young adult, that energy, your brain doesn't know how to process it, so that your brain disassociates from that traumatic experience you go through as a child, and then that energy stays in your body. So that energy is going to stay in your body as you get older, and that energy starts to manifest as dis-ease in the body. It starts to manifest as anger, as resentment, as depression, as anxiety, and then it actually it can turn into physical illness, chronic illness, right? Most of y'all know my wife's story. That's what happened with her abuse historically. So even if you deprogram and reprogram your subconscious mind, but you don't go back to heal your trauma, you're still going to have triggers and that stuff kind of come up. Let's say you go back to heal the trauma, which I'm going to give you examples of how to go back and heal your suppressed trauma and examples of how to deprogram and reprogram your subconscious mind. This is going to be an awesome, informative, quick talk on healing, different aspects of healing. But if you go back and heal your trauma, but you haven't done any of the mindset work, you're still programmed into the system that wants you to stay in fear and wants you to focus on the external and doesn't want you to know how powerful you really are, you're going to start manifesting the same stuff you've been dealing with. So it's not just to truly heal, you have to hit both of those ends. Healing your trauma that you're healing the trauma that's been suppressed in your body, and reprogramming the subconscious mind. So it's a combination of both you want to do. So let's talk about it. First, I want to talk about healing your suppressed trauma. There's multiple ways to really go back and feel that, but deeply understand what it is. It's just energy. It's energy that's trapped. Now, of course, those of you that have been following us, we did a big talk on entity removal last week. We talked about ayahuasca, how ayahuasca can actually help you remove entities, because we live in a spiritual world, right? And what we have found in our experience is with abuse, specifically sexual abuse, stuff like that, the vibration is at that low point to where, when you're intimate with someone, you open that portal, entities can attach. And ayahuasca, in our experience, is amazing for entity removal. But actually going back and healing suppressed trauma, there's a couple really powerful steps you could take. First off, pharmaceuticals. It's important to get off the pharmaceuticals, but do it without judgment. Don't judge them. Don't judge them, because they got you that far. There's nothing to judge yourself. We're conditioned so heavily to be so hard on ourselves and to judge ourselves and to hold up this standard. Don't judge yourself if you're on pharmaceuticals. Just understand that you need to get off them, but thank them for getting you as far as they did, right? It's not pharmaceuticals don't heal anything, but they suppress it, right? They keep you getting to the next place. But now it's time to heal. It's time to take those steps to actually truly heal. So it's important to get off of the pharmaceuticals. On a complete side note, a lot of Megan's journey, and early on, years ago, when we got together, she was on Xanax for 25 years. That was the first thing we had to get her off. And that's a dangerous one to get off. So we know Of course, this is just our experience. We're not doctors, nothing like that. But we know a very, very effective and safe way to help get off those kind of things. If anyone like wants, any of our experience in that, feel free to DM me and I'll shoot you over just our experience and how we got her off those years ago, early on in our healing journey. But first step, get off those pharmaceuticals. All that's doing is masking those emotions, right? And then there's been multiple ways. Like there's not like one special way to heal your suppressed trauma. All we can speak from is our experience. And in our experience, there's a few really powerful ways. And so hi there, down big point. Yes, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. For those of you that have experienced our magical healing ceremony, which a couple of you were jumping on here that just experienced it, we just had a healing ceremony this past weekend. Magical holds really powerful healing ceremonies every month in Austin. Well, one of the factors that's beautiful that we utilize is breath work. Breath work is super powerful, especially if you do it a certain way that creates that DMT in the lungs, right? So breath work can be a beautiful way, and it's just your breath, but it's so powerful if you use the right way. Your breath can create DMT. That DMT can go up to to your brain, the subconscious parts of your mind, and it can unlock visions, suppressed memories. It can unlock trauma and help you process it. So breath work's a powerful way. Obviously, those of you that have been following us know we're huge advocates of plant medicine. Plant medicines and psychedelics have been a game changer in our world. So of course, we advocate for them because in our experience, they have been beautiful and profound and so healing for us in our experience. Everyone has different experiences, but for us and the hundreds and hundreds of people that we've been blessed enough to facilitate healing for, plant medicines like psilocybin are amazing for this, right? Intention is everything. Intention is everything, and anything can be abused, but with the right intention, and also trusting who you're getting it from, and utilize that right set and setting, but mostly the intention. Psilocybin can be fantastic for going. It's a very beautiful divine medicine that can help you go back, right? Utilizing it as a modality of healing specifically. Again, attention is everything. Soul, mind, body said, I weaved myself off of them. I felt numbed a while and entered presence. Now I'm in an amazing place living in joy. Ah, I love that for you. That's amazing. That's an amazing place to be. And I love that. I'm so glad you're able to, weaved. I got it, weaned. I'm tracking. I'm following you. I'm so glad you were able to do that, though. That's a beautiful thing because so many people are trapped in the big pharma's trap right now. They really are. And there's nothing. And again, if you are currently on pharmaceuticals and listening to this, don't judge yourself, right? Don't feel bad. They got you this far. Now it's time to get off and take those steps to heal, right? Always go within. All your answers are within, right? But I'm so glad you're able to wean off of them. And that's true. Yes, it is masking those difficult emotions, but at the same time, going back and processing and feeling those emotions will get you to your highest good, will get you to those states of peace and love and joy and being able to enjoy life again. All about the breathing. Do y'all do yoga with Adrian? Not with Adrian. We do incorporate yoga in our ceremony, though. We have we have a couple incredible instructors that work with us every single month in our healing ceremonies. We do incorporate yoga, though. In the beginning, it warms the body up. And then after the medicine is administered, there's a very grounding meditative yoga that we incorporate also in our healing ceremony. But yes, big advocates of yoga, absolutely. So plant medicine like psilocybin. Psilocybin is beautiful for being able to go back and process things, right? Use that intention of healing. Utilize the psilocybin, of course. Know where you get it from, understand your source, go with the right intention setting, all that stuff. And happy to go into more detail. If anyone has questions, just DM me. And again, not doctors, but just coming from our experience, personally don't believe in anything that has to do with an indoctrinated system. I see them as indoctrinated drug dealers. There's good people out there. Don't get me wrong. There's good people, but the system itself needs to falter. The system is not created for us. None of these systems were foundationally created for us. They're created for manipulation, control, and to keep people in a box, right? That's a whole nother topic. But psilocybin's fantastic for healing. It really is. It can be very healing. Ayahuasca, we speak about that often. In our experience with ayahuasca, that's for the really, really deep shit. Like if you went through some, now I think, again, just me personally, if it calls to you, there's a message there. You don't have to have deeply suppressed trauma to go experience ayahuasca, right? Like I went and I got beautiful downloads, and I got messages, and I got guidance on my life purpose, and it was amazing. But my wife had deeply suppressed trauma. She had a freaking exorcism, like a legitimate exorcism in ayahuasca. It was the scariest and most beautiful thing in my entire life. And she was a different person after it. She was lighter. It was beautiful because if you listen to our talk, we did a talk last week on entity removal. Entities are a real thing. They attach through sexual abuse. They attach through these things. So, and that's part of healing that suppressed trauma, right? So again, we're talking about two major factors in healing right now. We're talking about healing suppressed trauma and deprogramming and reprogramming the subconscious mind. Now, in regards to healing that suppressed trauma, ayahuasca is beautiful. In our experience, ayahuasca has been such a game changer, and I could not possibly in my heart recommend it more if it's something that's calling to you, and if you have really dark suppressed trauma that you're trying to process and that you feel is keeping you captive. Let's see, Soul, Mind, Body Fit says meditation, exercise daily, eating super healthy changes our mindset. Oh, yes, absolutely. The whole next part I'm going to talk about is the deprogramming and reprogramming the subconscious mind, and those are absolutely key. Couldn't recommend that more. You're absolutely 100% on point. But in regards to the healing suppressed trauma, ayahuasca, that's that entity removal. Combo is also fantastic. We experienced combo. There's an amazing guy we aligned with. His name is Danny. And wow, if anyone is looking for combo or needs any recommendations around the Austin area, shoot me a DM. I'll connect you with Danny. He's amazing. I experienced combo for the first time with Danny, and it was a great experience. Intense 20 to 30 minutes, but the purging was very real. It was intense, but it was great. And yeah, so combo is great for that physical healing, but it's still healing trauma. So combo is fantastic. Personally, what helped me a lot in regards to rewiring my mind a little with my addiction was LSD. Now, again, that's not as organic, obviously. All I can do is speak from my experience, but LSD was really positive for me when I was going through my addiction stuff. But also, these are all medicines and modalities, right? And going in with that intention and going back to face that trauma. You got to go back to feel it to heal it. So healing suppressed trauma, plant medicines, breath work, actively, you don't have to use these, but these modalities are really powerful and good ways you can use to suppress trauma. Needs to be careful for well-grounded soul. It's okay. A lot of people should not take if they have suicidal issues. They can leave body apart, choose to come back. Yeah, to each their own. Everyone is on their own journey. In my experience, it's been beautiful. And with a lot of the people that we've helped, it's been an incredible experience. But with anything, definitely use caution, be in the right set and setting. It calls to you internally, and all your answers are internal. All your answers are within you. I'm just a guide. I'm a projection part of you that is here to help guide you on your journey, and you take what resonates. So if it doesn't resonate, don't take it, right? With anything. But these medicines have been amazing for us. They really have. And we've been blessed enough to be connected with amazing people that facilitate different parts of these medicines, right? Like I would never in a million years facilitate ayahuasca. I wouldn't, because that's not what I do. But we're lucky and blessed, I should say, to connect with some amazing facilitators from Colombia. And Megan and I sat with them just a few weeks ago, and it was so amazing. I saw so much profound, divine, holy healing happening in these ceremonies, which is why we partnered with them for our Belize retreat. Most of you know we're hosting an international healing retreat in June 10th to 20th, June 10th to 21st. And those are the ayahuasca facilitators that are going to be with us in Belize. So always really know the facilitators, know the medicines you're getting, really trust the people that you're working with. And if anyone needs any recommendations and is just completely lost, just shoot me a DM. I'll do my best to point you in a direction that I know is safe in my experience. Let's see. I wish I could use cannabis here for pain. I'm in pain, and the only thing to use is chemical, so I don't use it. Totally hear you there. It's crazy how much they've stigmatized cannabis. It can be a beautiful medicine. Anything can be abused. Anything can be abused, right? But I will take cannabis 1.5 million times over any kind of synthetic thing they put out there. But totally get your pain there. Sometimes you just have to do the best with what you have. And this isn't showing me who's speaking to me. It just says Facebook user on this software I have. I have 3 different projections that's going on Facebook. So if you want to DM me, I'm happy to try and again point you in a right direction of where we could potentially help you out there. So that's one part, healing that suppressed trauma. If you dealt with something difficult, whether it's a loss of a family member, whether it's abuse, whether it's whatever it is, it's not going to go away till you go back and process that emotion, right? That is a program that is still in there that needs to be processed to set you free. And the sooner you take the steps to that, it says Tara. Okay, cool. Thank you, Tara. It just says Facebook user on here. But thank you for clearing that up. But the longer, the trauma is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be there. And I can't put into words how freeing it is to be free of the trauma, to see your partner free of his or her trauma. It's a game changer. I mean, it's the most important thing to me in the world. Like, I'll never forget the moments. I will never forget the moments in ayahuasca seeing the PTSD literally leave my wife's body, like ever. In that moment, I was like, all right, well, that's it. I'm dedicating the rest of my life somehow, some way to these plants and these medicines and destigmatizing them and helping people find them, because this is real healing. So this might be, I don't know if this is Tara again. Again, it says Facebook user. You used reading as a technique to heal your soul from a traumatic experience. Okay. But afterwards, after 3 years of healing, you experienced another traumatic experience and now you feel trapped again. What technique should you do now? There's multiple techniques. So, and again, everyone's on their own journey, right? So feel what resonates with you. But if you know the specific event that was traumatic for you, if I was in your shoes, what I would do is find a facilitator, or if you're comfortable with medicines, you can use them on your own. Like me personally, I would probably go into a room and take mushrooms and focus back on the traumatic event, do some breath work, focus on feeling every part of that traumatic event, cry, process that event, and release all the emotions in that event. And then after that, I would set up a specific morning and evening routine full of affirmations and specific affirmations that say that I'm healed from that, and releasing all the old programs from that experience, right? So if you dealt with a traumatic event 3 years ago, going back to feel it and heal that event, utilizing medicines. Again, this is what I would do, right? This doesn't mean it's the only way. It's just my experience of what I would do. But use those medicines to go back and feel every part of that event, right? Because if it's still affecting you right now, that means there's something still in there that isn't processed yet. So go back, feel every part of that event, cry, process it, let it out, and then set up something afterwards in your morning and evening when your brain's in that theta state, the first hour you wake up and the hour before you go to sleep, to specifically write a new story for yourself. Write a new story. I sleep all through the night, or whatever your ailments are from your traumatic experience, write the opposite of that every morning and every evening. Feel into that and continue to be as self-aware as you can. If you have like triggers and stuff, and dig into the triggers, right? Dig into those feelings. So self-awareness, self-responsibility, set up the deprogramming and reprogramming, and go back to feel those emotions. That's what I would suggest. And any other questions, again, feel free to DM me. I hope that helped a little there. Just some ideas that I would do if I were you in your shoes, my friend. So we went over healing suppressed trauma. The second part I want to talk about is the deprogramming and the reprogramming, because once you've processed that trauma, that's beautiful. That's amazing. That is a big part of healing, is processing that trauma. But now remember, you are the medicine. You are the one co-creating your reality, right? So now you want to deprogram and reprogram. And the reason I put deprogramming in first is because most of the stuff, and if not all the stuff that we've learned in the first freaking half of our life is wrong. Like, none of the systems are set up for us. School systems are just indoctrination camps. Hey, it's Carrie. Oh, cool. It's great to see you, Carrie. I love you guys say feel it to heal it. I can't wait to feel it, heal it, and be free. I hate being trapped in my memories. I can't even remember my childhood trauma. Oh, gosh, I get that, girl. I get that so much, Carrie. I understand. And you know what? Don't judge yourself for it. It's all a journey, and your brain is doing that to protect you right now. Right? Because it was so difficult. The things you went through is probably so difficult that your brain is protecting you from seeing it. But it's going to heal. It's going to happen. Absolutely. And I love that you're on this journey with us, Carrie, too. Thanks for telling me it's you, because it's still just telling me Facebook user, which is really annoying. I'm going to dig into why the software is doing this. But After you've healed your suppressed trauma, you have to deprogram your subconscious mind and reprogram it, right? Because we've all been heavily conditioned and programmed for victim-based mindset, for fear-based mindset, and for looking externally for our answers. Whenever we are the powerful co-creators, we are the ones that are co-creating and experiencing our experience. Every thought creates a feeling puts out the vibration attracts the experience, but it starts with the thought, right? So you got to, after you've processed that trauma, you've done the work to process it, you got to integrate. That's why a lot of the plant medicine communities, they say integration is the most important part, because yes, you had this profound experience, it's beautiful, you definitely had like profound healing, you had like entities taken, you had trauma processed, which is amazing, but now you have to deprogram and reprogram your subconscious mind, because your mind might still have some stories it's hanging on to that aren't true, right? It says, it's Tara, deprogram traumas means a new beginning. The issue is traumas don't stop, and I want it to stop totally, so I know there isn't any more, and I can have a break and rest for good. And you can. So understand the beliefs are so important that you hold, right? You can truly heal your traumas. Absolutely you can, Tara. I just want you to know that. Like, I know there's some people in the community that say, oh, well, technically you're always going to have trauma. And I don't believe that. I don't buy that. I don't. You can truly heal. You can go back to your state of love. You can heal 100%. Absolutely. That's why these medicines are out here. They're divine. They're stigmatized because the system, government, doesn't want you to know that. The psychedelics aren't illegal because the government cares about you. They're illegal because they open your mind up to the fact that everything you've ever been taught is wrong. It's a great quote from Terence McKenna, but you can heal from them 100%. Just so you know, you definitely can. So let's talk about deprogramming and reprogramming. The first step to deprogramming, be open to the potential that everything that you've been taught is wrong, and not in a scary way. It's actually in a freeing way, because all these systems, from the school system that indoctrinates you to follow in line, follow rules, don't question authority, to the systems in place that just want you to go to the doctor, take a pill that masks the real problem, none of the systems are for us. So foundationally, they're not for us. So if all the foundational systems aren't for us, the people in charge of them probably aren't for us either, right? So be open, knowing everything you thought is wrong, but it's good, it's freeing, because you hold the power within you. Your power isn't externally, it's in your mind, okay? So ask yourself in any situation, is this an empowerment-based theory, or is this an empowerment-based ideology, or is it victim-based? Because there's a lot of fear and victim-based mindsets out there, and if you're in a victim-based mindset, nothing will ever change, because you're giving your power to something outside of yourself. And if you give your power to something outside of yourself, you lose your power. So it is, Tara. Cool. By society is wrong. Everything I didn't believe that was just own intuition was truth. Yes. And follow your intuition. Intuition is so beautiful and so powerful. So follow that intuition. So when you deprogram, again, continuously ask yourself, there's all these theories and all this stuff and all this divide out there in the world right now. Is this a victim-based thought, or is this an empowering thought, right? Follow that pathway. Keep yourself in an empowerment-based thought, and you'll continually keep your power and continue to co-create. So then after you deprogram, you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. And there's multiple ways to reprogram your subconscious mind. Starting out, I know I talk about this often, but I'm going to go over it anyway, is your morning and evening routine. Morning and evening routine. I like to get up, get a little workout in, go into a meditation, and then write, right? Writing. So writing your gratitude, right? As soon as you wake up, your brain's in that theta state. Do a little workout, get a little meditation going. We have some really good ones. DM me. I'm happy to send you some info over if you want some. But after that, write your new story. Write 5 things you're grateful for, so you create those neural pathways and you get that good feeling state. Because remember, thought creates a feeling. Feeling puts out the vibration. The vibration attracts the experience. So you want to feel good. So you write the 10 things you're grateful for. After that, write your affirmations. Write your affirmations. What is the new story? I sleep all through the night. I have no sickness. I carry this. I am healthy and strong. Like whatever. I am a millionaire. Like whatever you want to write. Like as if it was your own story. Write that every single day. Yes, we can heal. Like I tell people, I feel happy for no reason and it feels amazing. Yes, I love that. I'm 100% in alignment with you. Soul, body, mind, fit. I'm 100% in alignment with you. That's right. let's say for people with brain damage, it seems feeling and thoughts that need help to be processed and projected, even envisioned. Yeah, everyone has their own opinion on stuff like that with brain damage, but I could not be more a proponent of the power of our mind, how powerful we really are. And the beliefs you believe are going to be true. So just make sure your beliefs are empowering, right? Grateful for my courageous wisdom, filled loving soul. That's awesome. And that's what you need to hold on to, that gratitude. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that you're grateful for that. Write your gratitude in the morning, write your affirmations in the morning, and then do that in the evening too. Remember, right before you go to sleep, your mind is in that theta state, right? So right before you go to sleep, focus on what went right in the day. Think about what could go right in the next day. Also, your inner circle, your tribe, the people you surround yourself with, make sure they're positive, make sure they're empowering. On our journey, we've had a lot of people drop off in our journey since we've awakened. Like a lot of people, a lot of family just totally dropped off. Friends, family, everything. And it's not a bad thing. As you evolve, people are just not going to vibrate at the same. They're not going to align with you. But you'll get new people that are in your soul family that are aligned with your mission that you're going to attract. And that's amazing. It's a part of life. There's no judgment in it at all, but just monitor your tribe, monitor your inner circle, make sure it's empowering, make sure it's positive, make sure it's people that want the best for you, make sure it's not people that are caught up in judgment and fear and hate and all these lower vibrational things. All that's going to do is bring you down when you're trying to grow and excel and like step into your purpose. Really monitor your tribe and your circle, especially right now. Protect your energy. Like be super cautious of the people that you're spending time around. There's a lot of energy vampires out there, and a lot of people so caught up in fear and so plugged into the system that they want everyone else plugged into the system because they fear that everything they really know is wrong, right? So just monitor your circle because, your brain actually creates neural pathways to those most similar that you spend time around. So listen to positive people, follow positive people, listen to people that want the best for you, that want to empower you, that kind of stuff. But those are really the two. You can't summarize healing. Like there's so much to healing, but if you had to take two parts of it, heal your suppressed trauma, go back, take the actions to heal that suppressed trauma. And the second part is reprogram that subconscious mind. Because a lot of people that have dealt with trauma, they've also been programmed to stay in a victim place, right? So heal the trauma and then deprogram and reprogram the subconscious mind. Two really powerful modalities of healing. If anyone has any questions about it, just DM me. And obviously, we still have, for those of you that have been following Magical, we have such an incredible, incredible retreat coming up. It's going to be in Belize, June 10th to 21st. We still have some tickets available for that. DM me directly if you have any questions. We have an amazing early bird special to get in. It's going to be 2 nights of ayahuasca. It's going to be combo. It's going to be our amazing reprogramming mushroom ceremony that we've done every month here. 2 nights on a private island, 10 days in a gold standard resort. It's an amazing experience. So DM me if you have any questions about that. What is the relationship between God and healing? Do you think believing and healing are intertwined? That is a wonderful question. Look at you getting deep here right at the end. I believe that knowing is key to healing. Not believing, but knowing. Deeply know you are healed. And I think that God is within all of us, and we all have that power. I don't believe in the indoctrinated religious God that lives in the sky and is in a white man in the beard and judges people. I don't believe in that. I think that religion is also an indoctrinated system that people have used for control, the ultimate method of control, actually. What more could control people than saying, if you don't listen to me, you're going to literally be lit on fire for all eternity. Like literally, people believe that if you don't believe one certain way, that you are going to live in eternity on fire. Like that, but people can't logically, it's hard to even fathom that, but people truly believe that if you don't believe a certain way, that you are going to, for eternity, burn in hell. Pretty extreme. Just my opinion, right? So I don't believe in the indoctrinated religion of some separate being that just judges people and sends them to hell for eternity. I believe God is love. It really is. God is love. And I do believe in miracles of healing. I have seen healing, but we have the power to co-create. We have been given the beautiful power to create whatever reality we want. So if you believe in some fear-based bullshit, it's going to be real for you. It is. If you believe whatever you truly believe in your subconscious mind is going to radiate in your vibration and is going to come to your reality. That's why people are split off in different realities right now, because whatever they believe is true. It's true. Like whatever you truly believe is going to be true for your reality. Whatever I believe is going to be true for my reality. One of the most powerful experiences I had is whenever I took a heroic dose. I went into a room and took like a heroic. I had a lot of questions. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life with business, with relationship, with personal. There was a lot going on and I wanted answers and I couldn't quite figure it out. And the mushrooms have always given me beautiful answers. I'm so grateful to the mushrooms because it's given me beautiful answers. And I went in and I took a heroic dose. I went into a room, I put the covers over my head, and for like 7 hours, I went under in a beautiful trip. And the messages I got were amazing. And I got all the answers I wanted. And one of the main messages was, you are the co-creator. Like people have been so deceived by the systems in place to think that they're not powerful, to think that something outside of them can affect them. When in reality, it will affect you if you believe it will, but you hold all the power. Sounds like demon, but prime creator have no issue banishing demons and bad guys who allow fake God to abuse human who are also God. So there's duality, right? Like you can't have light without the dark. To really get deeper into it, you kind of want to thank the dark. The dark, without the darkness, we wouldn't have the lessons, right? If I didn't go through my addiction and my binge drinking in my past and overcome that, I wouldn't really appreciate the aspect of having a peaceful, clean, loving life. I wouldn't appreciate or have the gratitude for it if I didn't experience that. My wife has healed, has had miraculous healing from these medicines and is stepping into her power and leading this company now. And there was a point in her life where she had severe suppressed trauma and dealt with sickness. And now that she's had all this miraculous healing and all that's historical, the appreciation and gratitude for health is at such an extreme. So it's a duality. You know, a lot of people judge the darkness and talk horrible about the darkness, but they're also teachers. Light and dark are teachers. It's a duality, right? But keep in mind, you are the medicine. You're the one. You have that power within you. Don't live in fear. Just stray from living in fear. Do your work. Do your work in the morning and evening. Don't watch the freaking news. If you have stuff you got to face, don't mask it. Go back and face that stuff because that stuff's going to be in there. We're all energy. And when you have something difficult that happens, that energy's in you. Face it, and face that. That's the real work in life, is going back to face the shit you don't want to face. That's the real work. It's nothing external. It's not a hard 9 to 5. It's going within your mind and facing the stuff you need to face that you're trying to mask. That's the real work, because then you're free. You face that stuff and you let it go and you're free. And then amazing things happen. Your gifts come out. You start stepping into your purpose. God aligns you with your soul team, and it's so fulfilling and amazing and empowering, instead of this bullshit fear-based world that all the systems and the outlets are trying to make people believe they live in. Step into your power. Know how powerful you are, and go back, heal your trauma, reprogram the subconscious mind, and monitor your circle. Monitor your circle. The people you spend time around are going to heavily influence how your mind works. Courtney loves joining us. What's up? Amazing. You guys should all follow Courtney, by the way. Megan and I have been following her for a while. She speaks straight up truth. Absolutely love it. Spiritual badass. Isaiah Zamora, what's up, man? He's one of my employees. What's up, buddy? Anyway, hope y'all got some stuff from that. If you have any questions, let me know. As a recap, of course. So happy to send some info. So happy to connect with you there. Soul, mind, body, fit. Appreciate that. Heal your suppressed trauma, reprogram your subconscious mind, monitor your circle, take your power back. You have all the power. It's within you. You've been given that power to co-create. It's your responsibility. And it's a lot of fun when you take all your power back too. It becomes, you really can understand the power of what you're creating. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night. Happy healing. Courtney.